Welcome to last module of this paper. In this module we are going to discuss various properties of Laplacian matrix. The Laplacian matrix is another important matrix associated with graph. Laplacian spectrum is the spectrum of this matrix. We will consider relationship between structural properties of the graph and Laplacian spectrum. We will meet Kirchhoff expression for the number of spanning trees of the graph as a determinant of a square matrix we get by deleting row and column of a Laplacian matrix. This is one of the oldest result in graph theory. In this last module, we will discuss about Laplacian matrix of a graph. The objectives of this module are introduction to Laplacian matrix of a graph, matrix tree theorem and its applications. Laplacian matrix of a graph is defined like this. Let X be a graph, D of X be the diagonal matrix with diagonal entries as degrees of vertices of X. Then Laplacian matrix of X denoted L of X or simply L if X is clear from the context is defined as L of X equal to D of X minus A of X, where A of X is the adjacency matrix of X. Simply Laplacian matrix is equal to degree matrix minus the adjacency matrix. So, the diagonal entries are the degrees of the vertices, and wherever we have 1 in the adjacency matrix, where we are going to get minus 1. So, we will see with an example. Look at the graph X with 4 vertices 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 edges. So, here L is a 4 by 4 matrix indexed by the vertices 1, 2, 3, 4. So, the degree of vertex 1 is 3. So, we can see that the element in the first row and first column is 3, and we have 3 minus 1s. There is an edge from 1 to 2, there is an edge from 1 to 3 and there is an edge from 1 to 4. So, 1 is adjacent to 2, 3 and 4. So, consequently at those places we are going to get minus 1s, and in the second row we have 2 in the diagonal element, and so we are going to have 2 minus 1s and 1 0. Similarly, the degree of vertex 3 is 3. So, the diagonal entry in the is 3 and remaining elements are minus 1s. Similarly, for the row 4. So, if you look at the matrix clearly, then we can see that some of the elements in the rows is going to be 0. That means the diagonal element, for example, in the first row, the diagonal entry is 3 and the remaining are minus 1, minus 1, minus 1. So, some of the entries in the first row is 0, some of the entries in second row is 0 and so on. So, this suggesting that L of X is a singular matrix, that means determinant of L is equal to 0. So, we will see whether it is true or not in a while. The Laplacian eigenvalues of regular graphs. Let X be a k regular graph with n vertices. Let k is equal to lambda 1 greater than or equal to lambda 2 and so on lambda n be the eigenvalues of A, the adjacency matrix of X. Then the eigenvalues of Laplacian matrix L of X are 0, k minus lambda 2 and so on k minus lambda n. The proof is simple. In fact, the proof is smaller than the statement. It is because the simple reason is, in this case Laplacian matrix is equal to Ki minus scalar matrix minus the adjacency matrix. Since every vector is eigenvector for Ki, so the eigenvectors of L and A are same. So, that is why we are going to get this result. Now, we are going to evaluate Laplacian eigenvalues of complete graph Kn. As adjacency matrix of Kn has minus 1 as an eigenvalue of multiplicity n minus 1. So, using previous result, since Kn is a n minus 1 regular graph, we will see that Laplacian matrix, eigenvalues of Laplacian matrix are, the Laplacian matrix of Kn has 0, n and so on n as its eigenvalues. So, the eigenvalues of Laplacian eigenvalues of Kn are 1 is 0 and n minus 1 times. Now, this is another example. The following graphs are regular and co-spectral, hence their Laplacian eigenvalues are also equal, but they are not isomorphic. So, these are examples, non-isomorphic graphs, but their Laplacian spectrums are equal. Verify that eigenvalues of adjacency matrices are 4, 1, minus 1, minus 1, minus 1, minus 1 and plus or minus root 5 and 1 by 2, 1 plus or minus root 17. So, that is why we are looking adjacency spectrum versus Laplacian spectrum. If two regular graphs have same adjacency spectrum, then their Laplacian spectrums are also same. So, it is not the case with the graphs which are not regular. As already observed, the graphs K1 union C4 and K14 are co-spectral, as their characteristic polynomial is same, namely x power 5 minus 4x cube, but their Laplacian eigenvalues are not same. That we will show in a while. It is because K14 is the connected graph. So, we will going to show that 0 is an eigenvalue for K14 only once, that is, it is a simple eigenvalue, whereas the algebraic multiplicity of 0 as an eigenvalue for K1 union C4 as a Laplacian eigenvalue is 2. So, that is why these Laplacian eigenvalues of K1 union C4 and K14 are not equal, but their adjacency spectrum is same. So, that is the reason. So, now we will see graphs with the same Laplacian spectrum. The following graphs have same Laplacian spectrum 0, 3 minus root 5, 2, 3, 3 and 3 plus root 5. So, one has to check this. This is one of the graph and another graph is given like this. So, both the graphs have same Laplacian spectrum, and also it is an exercise to check that their adjacency spectrum need not be same. So, one has to check that whether it is true or not. So, now we are going to prove an important result which relates Laplacian matrix of a graph with minus 1, 0, 1 incident matrix of the graph x. Let x be a graph. Suppose each edge of x is assigned an orientation which is arbitrary but fixed. Let q of x is the incident matrix of x, then L of x, Laplacian matrix of x equal to q of x into q of x transpose. Proof: note that the number of non-zero entries in a row of q of x is equal to the degree of the vertex. Hence, ijth entry of q of x into q of x transpose is the dot product of ith row and jth column of q of x. Thus, q of x into q of x transpose ijth entry is equal to di, that is degree of the ith vertex, whenever I is equal to j, minus 1 whenever I not equal to j, but ith and jth vertices are adjacent, 0 otherwise. So, hence we got the result. So, it is simply just we have to evaluate q of x into q of x transpose, then we are going to get L of x directly. Thus, we observe that Laplacian matrix does not depends upon the initial orientation required for defining minus 1, 0, 1 incident matrix. It is independent of the orientation. So, one has to check. So, it is an exercise to check that part. So, L of x is not depends upon q of x. Let x equal to v be a graph, and we define capital F is equal to a function f from vertex set to R be the set of all real valued functions on the vertices of x. Every element in f is a vector indexed by the vertices of x. Thus, we can assume f belongs to R power n. We denote f of v1, f of v2 and so on, f of vn belongs to R power n as f of 1, f of 2 and so on, f of n. That means, we can thinking as f is a mapping from 1, 2, 3 and so on n to real numbers. Thus, the adjacency matrix acts as an operator of f, that is, if A is adjacency matrix of x, then we have A into f of I is equal to summation V I comma V j belongs to edge set f of j. This is easy to verify. We are multiplying matrix A with the vector f, whereas if L is Laplacian matrix of x, then L into f of I, that means in the vector LF we are considering ith entry. So, that is equal to summation V I comma V j belong to edge set f of I minus f of j. So, it is better to take an example for Laplacian matrix and an example for f, then we can check this part easily, or even for example for f is not required. So, take any Laplacian matrix and check. So, further one can see that Laplacian matrix acts as a quadratic form in the following manner. So, if you consider f transpose into L into f, which is equal to summation V I comma V j belongs to edge set E f of I minus f of j whole square. So, this equation 1, it is easy to see that L is a positive semi definite matrix. That means, all eigenvalues of L are greater than or equal to 0. Further, if you choose f of I equal to f of j for all I and j, then from the equation 1 it is easy to see that f transpose into LF is equal to 0. Hence, 0 is an eigenvalue with E equal to 1 1 1 transpose, that is vector with all ones as a corresponding eigenvector. Hence, 1 has the following result. So, before going to result, if we see here, we observed that 0 is always an eigenvalue of Laplacian matrix and the vector with all ones is always an eigenvector. This is one has to remember, we will use that frequently. The lemma, let x be a graph, then each row and column of L of x sum to 0. So, the eigenvalues of L of x are given by lambda 1 greater than or equal to lambda 2 and so on, lambda n minus 1 greater than or equal to lambda n is equal to 0. 0 is one of the value. So, we have that since Laplacian matrix is also a real symmetric matrix, hence the eigenvalues of Laplacian matrix are also real numbers. So, they can be compared. Not only that, because L is a positive semi definite matrix, so it can has at most 0 as an eigenvalue, all other eigenvalues are greater than or equal to 0. So, we have this. From the theorem 2, that is L of x equal to q of x into q of x transpose, it is easy to see that x is connected if and only if the algebraic multiplicity of 0 as an eigenvalue is 1. It is because we already saw that q of x is, the rank of q of x is n minus 1 whenever x is connected. So, the rank of q of x into q of x transpose is also n minus 1 whenever x is connected. In other words, rank of L is n minus 1 whenever x is connected. Further, we saw that rank of L is cannot be n, it is always rank of L is always less than or equal to n minus 1, as 0 is always an eigenvalue. So, because of that, we have that algebraic connectivity, algebraic multiplicity of 0 as an eigenvalue gives some information about the connectedness of the graph. In fact, the number of connected components of x is equal to algebraic multiplicity of 0 as an eigenvalue of its Laplacian matrix. This is one of the powerful result. So, in order to know the number of components of a graph, so it is better to find algebraic multiplicity of 0 as an eigenvalue for the Laplacian matrix. This is not true for the case of adjacency matrix. That is, adjacency matrix, it is not possible to decide whether given graph is connected or not. We already saw in earlier example that C4 union K1 and K14, we observed that both have same Laplacian spectrum, but one is connected, other is not connected. So, many things we will know from the Laplacian spectrum than the adjacency spectrum. Now, we are going to evaluate Laplacian eigenvalues of x complement. The next result describes relation between Laplacian spectrum of x and the Laplacian spectrum of its complement, x complement. If x is a graph on n vertices and 2 less than or equal to I less than or equal to n, then lambda I of x complement is equal to n minus lambda n minus I plus 2 of x. Here lambda of x denotes eigenvalue of x, lambda of x complement denotes eigenvalue of x complement. The proof is easy. First we observe that L of x, that is Laplacian matrix of x plus Laplacian matrix of x complement is equal to Ni minus j, where j is a matrix of all ones. And further, the vector E equal to all ones is an eigenvector for both L of x as well as L of x complement corresponding to eigenvalue 0. Let x be any other eigenvector of L of x corresponding to eigenvalue lambda. We may assume that x is orthogonal to E. That is possible, it is because L is a symmetric matrix. So, one can choose eigenvectors mutually orthogonal. So, we can choose a eigenvector x which is orthogonal to E. Thus, then we have Jx equal to 0, since x is orthogonal to E, so Jx equal to 0. So, Nx equal to Ni minus j into x, which is equal to L of x plus L of complement into x, which is equal to L of x into x plus L of x complement into x, which is equal to lambda x plus L of x complement into x, as lambda is an eigenvalue of L of x corresponding to eigenvector x, we have that part. So, now it can be further simplified, that is L of x complement into x is equal to n minus lambda times x. This shows that x is also an eigenvector of L of x complement and corresponding eigenvalue is n minus lambda, hence the result follows. So, here what we showed is, if lambda is an eigenvalue of L, then n minus lambda is an eigenvalue of L, its complement, a Laplacian eigenvalue of its complement. So, Laplacian eigenvalues of Kmn, note that L of Kn is equal to Ni minus j, hence L of x plus L of x complement is equal to L of Kn. Since Kmn is equal to Km union Kn complement, we have that L of Km union Kn plus L of Km union Kn complement is equal to L of K plus M, L of K M plus N. That we know that Km, number of vertices in Km is M and number of vertices in Kn is N. So, the total number of vertices in Km union Kn is M plus N, which are same in Km union Kn complement as well. So, we have this part. Or equivalently, Laplacian matrix of Kmn is equal to Laplacian matrix of Km plus n minus Laplacian matrix of Km union Kn. Thus, one can check that the characteristic polynomial of Kmn is x times x minus m whole power n minus 1, x minus n whole power m minus 1 into x minus m minus n. Now we are going to define algebraic connectivity of the graph. Let x be a connected graph, then the second smallest eigenvalue of L of x is positive and is called Fiedler value or algebraic connectivity of the graph. The eigenvector corresponding to algebraic connectivity is called Fiedler vector. Let B be an n by n matrix with 0 row and 0 columns, then the cofactors of any two elements of B are equal. This result we are going to use. So, this is useful. Let B I j denote the matrix obtained by deleting row I and column j of B. In B11, that is matrix obtained from B by deleting row 1 and column 1. So, add all the columns into the first column, then the first column of B11 becomes the negative of B21 and so on Bn1 transpose. In view of the fact that row sums of x are 0, thus we conclude that the determinant of B11 is equal to minus determinant of B12. In other words, the cofactors of B11 and B12 are equal. A similar argument shows that the cofactor of Bij is equal to cofactor of Bik for any I, j and k. So, using this fact, it follows that cofactors of any two elements of B are equal. So, what we proved in this result is, if B is an n by n matrix with 0 row and column sums, then the cofactors of any two elements of B are equal. This is going to be useful. As a summary, we will see that the Laplacian matrix satisfies L of x into j is equal to j into L of x equal to 0. So, this is because the row sums or column sums of Laplacian matrix are 0, that is why we proved previous result. So, because that we now we have that the cofactors of any n minus 1 cross n minus 1 matrix are equal. So, that is what previous result says, and further we have that L of x into j equal to j into L of x is 0, and the rank of L of x is equal to rank of q of x. So, it is also an important part. It is because this comes from L of x equal to q of x into q of x transpose, and L of x into adjoint of L of x is equal to determinant of L of x into I is equal to 0. This is because 0 is always an eigenvalue of L of x. So, determinant of L of x is always 0. So, if x is connected, then rank of L of x is equal to rank of q of x equal to n minus 1, or equivalently the null space of L of x contains E. So, adjoint of L of x equal to alpha j. So, now this last part and the previous result are very useful to discuss about matrix tree theorem. The graph is regular, then adjacency matrix and Laplacian matrix will provide the same information. If a graph is connected, then the second smallest eigenvalue of the Laplacian matrix named algebraic connectivity of the graph. Algebraic connectivity provides information about connectivity of the graph. For example, out of all trees, star graph has largest algebraic connectivity and path graph has smallest algebraic connectivity. In fact, one can show that the algebraic connectivity of the star graphs is 1, whereas algebraic connectivity of all the trees is even less than 0.5. Now, we are going to state and prove matrix tree theorem, and we will see few applications of matrix tree theorem. Now, we are ready to prove famous matrix tree theorem, which states that the number of spanning trees of a connected graph X is equal to absolute value of the determinant of any n minus 1 cross n minus 1 submatrix of the Laplacian matrix. So, the previous discussion now we are going to use to prove this matrix tree theorem. So, the earlier result, previous result now is useful. It is because in the Laplacian matrix row sums and column sums are equal. So, all n by 1 n minus 1 cross n minus 1 matrices determinant has the same value. Now, we are ready to prove famous matrix tree theorem, which states that the number of spanning trees of a connected graph X are equal to absolute value of the determinant of any n minus 1 cross n minus 1 submatrix of the Laplacian matrix. Till now our discussion what we done, that is going to be useful now. Since the Laplacian matrix the row sums and column sums are equal. So, in the previous result we showed that any matrix which satisfies that condition, then the determinant of any n minus 1 cross n minus 1 value is same. So, all minors of order n minus 1 are same. So, that we are going to useful. In order to prove matrix tree theorem, the following notations and result will be useful. Let this box of M denote the set 1, 2, 3 and so on M, and S is a subset of box of M such that modulus of S, that is absolute number of elements in S, is equal to n less than or equal to M. For an M by M matrix A, we denote AS as n cross n submatrix A obtained by selecting n columns of A which are indexed by S. Similarly, from an M by N matrix B, we will obtain an n by n matrix Bs by choosing n rows of B which are indexed by S. So, this is one of the famous theorem, Cauchy-Binet theorem. Let M comma n belongs to n and M is greater than or equal to n, then for any two matrices A belongs to M n cross M of C and B belongs to set of all M by n matrices with complex entries, then determinant of AB is equal to summation S is subset of box set M, and with the cardinality of S equal to n, determinant of AS into determinant of BS. So, determinant of AB can be evaluated in this way. It is easy to see that A is an n by m matrix and B is a m by n matrix. So, A is an n by n matrix. Now, if M is equal to n, Cauchy-Binet formula is equal to determinant of AB equal to determinant of A into determinant of B. Now, we are going to prove an important theorem called matrix tree theorem. It says that each cofactor of L of x is equal to number of spanning trees of x, that is adjoint of L equal to tau of x into j, where tau of x is the number of spanning trees of x. So, it is sufficient to show that one cofactor of L of x is equal to tau of x. It is because already we saw that determinant of any n minus 1 cross n minus 1 matrix of a Laplacian matrix is same. So, it is sufficient to prove for one cofactor. So, let Q naught denote the matrix obtained from the incident matrix of Q by removing last row, then determinant of Q naught into Q naught transpose is a cofactor of L. This determinant can be expanded by using Cauchy-Binet formula. Thus, the result follows from following theorems which proved in the previous module. That is, let x be a graph with incident matrix Q of x, then Q of x is totally unimodular. Let x be a graph on n vertices, the columns j1, j2 and so on jk of Q of x are linearly independent if and only if corresponding edges of x induce an acyclic graph. So, now as a corollary to this matrix tree theorem, let x be a connected graph on n vertices if the eigenvalues of L of x are given by lambda 1 greater than or equal to lambda 2 and so on greater than or equal to lambda n minus 1 greater than lambda n equal to 0. Here we are saying that lambda n minus 1 is greater than lambda n because x is a connected graph. So, the algebraic multiplicity of 0 as an eigenvalue is 1, that is why lambda n minus 1 is greater than 0, or the second smallest eigenvalue, that is algebraic connectivity, is positive. Then the number of spanning trees is given by lambda 1 into lambda 2 and so on lambda n minus 1 by n. The proof follows from the fact that sum of all principal minors of order n minus 1 is equal to, that is a determinant is equal to product of eigenvalues, and further, so we are taking sum of all principal minors, so of order n minus 1, so that is equal to this. So this is easy to verify. So it is equal to lambda 1 into lambda 2 and so on lambda n minus 1 and so on, but we know that lambda n is equal to 0. So only one term in the sum is going to survive, that is lambda 1 into lambda 2 and so on lambda n minus 1. So as the value of each minor of order n minus 1 is equal to tau of x, so number of spanning trees one has n into tau of x is equal to lambda 1 into lambda 2 and so on lambda n minus 1. So or equivalently tau of x is equal to lambda 1 into lambda 2 and so on lambda n minus 1 by n. So this is giving number of spanning trees in terms of the eigenvalues of the Laplacian. That means excluding 0, multiply all other eigenvalues and divided by n, we will get the number of spanning trees. Now we will use the matrix tree theorem to find the number of spanning trees of Kn. We will also use the previous result, that is number of spanning trees is equal to product of all eigenvalues excluding 0 by n. So first we are going to find out number of spanning trees of complete graph Kn, then Petersen graph. The number of spanning trees of Kn are equal to, now we will use the matrix tree theorem to find number of spanning trees of complete graph Kn and Petersen graph. We will also use the previous result, that is number of spanning trees equal to product of all eigenvalues excluding 0 by n. So the number of spanning trees of complete graph Kn is equal to tau of Kn, which is equal to lambda 1 into lambda 2 and so on lambda n minus 1 by n, whereas we know that the Laplacian eigenvalues of Kn are 0 one time and n minus 1 times. So lambda 1 into lambda 2 and so on lambda n minus 1 is equal to n power n minus 1. So we have the number of spanning trees of complete graph is equal to n power n minus 2. Now we will find the number of spanning trees of Petersen graph. The solution, the eigenvalues of adjacency matrix of Petersen graph including multiplicities is 3, 1, 1, 1, 5 times and minus 1, 4 times. So hence the Laplacian eigenvalues of Petersen graph are 0, 2, 5 times and 5, 4 times. As the Petersen graph is a regular graph and it is a 3 regular graph, hence we will get this. So consequently the number of spanning trees is equal to 2 power 5 into 5 power 4 by number of vertices, that is 10. So that is exactly 2000. So the number of spanning trees of Petersen graph are 2000. Now we will count the number of spanning trees of a complete bipartite graph KMM. So we know that the spectrum of KMN is equal to minus root of Mn one time and 0 m plus n minus 2 times and root Mn one time. Hence the Laplacian eigenvalues of KMM is 0, 2m and m 2m minus 2 times. Thus the number of spanning trees of KMM is 1 by 2m, that is number of vertices in KMM is 2m. So 1 by 2m into lambda 1, lambda 2 up to lambda n minus 1. So that is 2m into m power 2m minus 2. So that is equal to m power 2m minus 2. Now we will see a corollary. The number of spanning trees is equal to 1 by 2 times determinant of L plus j. So the number of spanning trees of a connected graph is equal to 1 by n square times determinant of L plus j. Let the eigenvalues of L be lambda 1 greater than or equal to lambda 2 and so on lambda n minus 1 greater than lambda n is equal to 0. First note that both L and J are symmetric and both have E as a eigenvector. For both the matrices, the other eigenvectors are orthogonal to E. Further, the rank of J is 1 and this helps us to choose all other eigenvectors which are common to both L and J. Hence, the eigenvalues of L plus J are n plus 0 comma 0 plus lambda n minus 1 plus and so on 0 plus lambda 1, or equivalently determinant of L plus J is equal to n times lambda 1 into lambda 2 and so on lambda n minus 1. So, now the result trivially follows from the previous corollary. We know that tau of x, number of spanning trees, is equal to lambda 1 into lambda 2 and so on lambda n minus 1 by n. So, hence we will get the required result. In this module, we proved various results on Laplacian matrix of a graph. We showed that Laplacian matrix is a positive semi-definite matrix. We also showed that 0 is always an eigenvalue of the Laplacian matrix, and further we proved that the algebraic multiplicity of 0 as an eigenvalue of Laplacian matrix gives the number of connected components. We used Laplacian matrix to count number of spanning trees of the graph. With this, we end this module, chapter and this paper. Best of luck to all of you.